In other news, 117 distressed OFWs from Abu Dhabi are now back in Manila, safe from the tensions in the Middle East. Meanwhile, the Department of Foreign Affairs is still sorting out agreements with Kuwait and UAE on the welfare of Filipinos working there. The full story from PTV's Luisa Erispe.
Marilyn haven't seen and talked to her brother for more than 30 years. In her story, she said they did not even expect that their brother Danilo is still alive after he left year 1987 to be an overseas Filipino worker in Abu Dhabi.
Hinahanap nga po namin na wala na siyang communication. Yung pala parang napariwara po siya doon. Yung parang natutulog po sa park ng Abu Dhabi.
That's why she and her family were happy to see Danilo after a long time. Danilo is only one of the 117 Filipinos repatriated from Abu Dhabi through the government's repatriation program. According to Danilo, many of them had a hard time after the sudden tension between the US and Iran. That's why when they had a chance to go home, knowing that the Foreign Affairs Department will take the call for their exit visas, immigration penalties, and even airfares, they immediately coordinated with the embassy.
Nag-quit dahil nga sa palakad doon sa Dubai at saka sa Abu Dhabi. Dahil nga sa nangyari, kaya hindi kaagad ako makauwi-uwi dahil sa nangyari doon sa ibang bansa.
This is also the story of Joven, who became a TNT or tago ng tago in Abu Dhabi after his visa expired. So instead of fearing of being apprehended and of his security, he decided to go home to the Philippines.
Kasi hindi po ako nabisahan. Natatakot po ako, baka makakulong din po ako doon. May visa po ako noon, tourist visa, kaso na-expire lang po.
Such a situation of our OFWs is what the government continues to assess, just like the domestic workers in Kuwait. To give them enough support, last February 2 to 3, the first joint committee meeting for the 2018 Philippines-Kuwait Agreement on the deployment of domestic workers was done in Kuwait. This aims to give emphasis on how to protect the Filipinos working in Kuwait. Meanwhile, last Monday, the third political consultation between the Philippines and the United Arab Emirates was held in Manila. Issues on security and bilateral agreements were discussed, same as the cultural cooperation and the country's part on the Expo 2020 Dubai. Through this, the Philippines can conclude having 40 years of diplomatic relations with countries in the Middle East. Luisa Erispe for The Nation.